Okay, so it's the first part of the video series. Step number one. Step number one is to actually set the objective of your crusade. Normally this will be done over a period of months where you'll be thinking it through, moving on to do something else and thinking it through again until you clarify an idea in your mind. But here's where I really want to emphasize the right way of doing this if you really want to succeed. The objective has to be one objective. It's no good saying I'm going to achieve X, but then I'm also going to do this, and after I've finished, I'm going to do something else. Because all those and this and that, they all take away the focus from the primary thing that you're trying to achieve. So make it one thing and don't think past it. So, okay, the objective needs to be big. It needs to be ambitious. When you tell people that you're going to do this, friends over dinner or other business colleagues, it wants to appear to them to be very, very ambitious. You want them to actually be saying to you, surely that's impossible. But in essence, trying to set that one single objective that really takes you out there and really stretches gives you a great chance of success. You ought to be able to state the objective in 10 words or less. So it's, I want 100 more customers by March. I'd like to get 100 advertisers on my website by May. I'd like to increase my sales tenfold by the end of the year. It needs to be really short, sharp objectives that at the time you're making the objective, you don't actually know how to do it. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about the how at this juncture. Try to make the objective really simplistic, really straightforward in its terminology. You don't want to have complicated things in there that are subsequently, when you come to look at it, you're going to have to try and evaluate. Really simple, really straightforward. When it comes to the objective, make it a low-cost objective in terms of how much money you're going to put into it. The whole purpose of what I'm talking about in launching these crusades is not to somehow create investments of millions of pounds in programs. The idea is that most crusades will launch off with a budget of less than £50,000. Finally, I think probably the most important thing about your objective is try to inject some passion into it. I'll take an example of one of the case studies that I talk about, TransferWise. Two Estonian colleagues who set out to simply make a method of transferring money from London to Estonia much, much cheaper than it was before. That was something they felt was worthwhile doing. It was something they got a group of colleagues together, all of whom shared their ambition. And it became a bit of a passion involved in that. And that passion is something that will see your crusade through, generally speaking, to success, compared with those that are simple monetary gain or something of that fashion. Finally, once you've created the objective, get a few people in the room, your colleagues, advocates, friends, people you've done business with in the past, people who are happy to share their time with you in exchange for a cup of coffee or a lunch, and test the objective against them. Don't test the objective from a point of view of can this be achieved, but test the objective from a point of view of is it worthwhile achieving? Is this something laudable that you look back on at the end of the crusade with the whole team and say, yes, we made this happen? Get your colleagues to tell you whether it's an ambitious enough goal to be worth spending your time on. So remember, keep that objective short, sharp, and big. Thanks.